All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're up here at J.C. Lewis Ford here in Statesboro. It is Sunday, Memorial Weekend. We're getting ready to go hunting. You can see I got hunting stuff on, and we got some pretty good storms rolling in. I'm going to be a wet one today, but hopefully I can get through a couple videos on my way there. But today, what we're going to talk about, 35 grand my butt, okay? Because that's the thing we hear constantly. Doesn't matter what truck I put out, whether it's a Silverado, if it's a Jeep, if it's a Gladiator, doesn't matter. As comments are always low, it should be $30,000, should be $20,000. Let me tell you something. These prices are not going down. But they're gonna come down because the pandemic's over. They're gonna come down because nobody's buying them. They're gonna come down because they're not coming down. Stop it. This is an $85,000 truck. It's not going anywhere. There's $100,000 F-150s over there. There's 75 and 65 is the average price of these F-150s here. You think they're $30,000 trucks? You think they're coming back to $35,000 trucks? Here, let me show you a base model truck. Here, let me show you what 35 grand gets you today. Here's a row right here. That one you could probably get for 35, and that one right there, that cactus one there, but next to the blue you can probably get for 35, but you're not getting any of the other ones. They're not $35,000 trucks. I think these are even coming in at like 38 or something for these. What is this one at? Oh, I lied. Here's one for 35 too. Here's what 35 grand gets you today. Here's your $35,000 truck in 2025. Yes, street price is going to be a little better on some, but you guys got to, you crack me up. You act like it's going to get better. You act like things are going to go down. You act like if we just all stop buying them, nobody's going to stop buying them. Their sales numbers are through the roof. Nobody's going to stop buying them. Well, no, the average person can't afford it. They're never going to get it. Well, you're right on that one. The average person cannot afford it, but the dealerships don't care, and the manufacturers or the banks, because they're like, what are we going to do? Let's see. Tom can't afford to buy this $85,000 Tremor. Tom can't afford to buy this truck, but Tom wants this truck. He can't afford it. How do we solve that for Tom? How do we make that okay where Tom will buy this? I know what we can do. Let's give him the option of extending out those payments, $83,000. Let's give him the option of extending his payments all the way out to 84 months. We'll give him that, and that'll take his payment from $2,000 down to $1,200, and he can probably afford it. And that's how Tom's buying it. And let's give it to him for 0% down. That way Tom can get it. So he can save that money and do that. He gets by for a while. We'll even give him 2 months of free pay, no payments. That's how this stuff gets bought. That's how this stuff happens. Okay, these prices are not coming down. And then the manufacturers also learn, hey, you know what? They're buying them like we're making them now. Let's make them even cheaper. How can we do better? Well, let's take this Lariat and let's get rid of the leather seats, because the leather seats are too expensive, and let's put marine grade vinyl seats in them. Let's pee down their back and tell them it's raining. Oh, and let's take a Lariat here and not give it any wheel liners. Not give it anything in there as far as any extra wheel liners in there, nothing fancy on a Lariat. Let's cut all these corners that we can, because they don't notice that stuff. We don't notice that. And then let's do the build quality really bad. Look at here, okay? Look at, we don't even have this bolted in. Nothing even bolted in, okay? Let's take the quality level. They're not gonna notice this stuff. As long as we add a couple chrome accents and make it look really shiny, and we give them some cool tech in the screen, they're gonna love it, and they're gonna pay more money for it. And they're not lying. We do. This is the world we live in. But if you think for a second that prices are coming back down ever again to where they used to be, you bumped your head. That used to be pre-pandemic stuff was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, more than half a decade. Okay, we're closer to a 10-year mark away from that than we are to where it was. And it's not going backwards. They do not and will not go down. They are not going to do it. How can we make this one even better? Look, we'll take this truck, which right here sells for, I don't know if this might be a two-wheel drive. And this is a two-wheel drive for $50,000. Two-wheel drive for $50,000. But let's just say that it was $54,000 for that one. Let's take one right here and go ahead and we'll put on brand new tires and a puck spacer in the front, and we'll charge them $5,000 on top of that, and people will come rushing to buy it. It's never going backwards. We're never going back to how we were. Oh, we need them to make simple and affordable stuff. Never going to happen. Why? Because it doesn't sell. nobody's going to buy it. And even if people do want to buy it, they can't make enough money on it. When you sell $80,000 F-150s, you make $40,000 per truck. When you sell back in the day, 4 years ago, when you sold a $20,000 Maverick, you made $3,000 or $4,000 per truck. Which one would you rather sell more of? See what I'm getting at here? This is the way it is. They're not going back. Look at your Expeditions. How much is an Expedition? Take a look at this thing. Let's look at this beast right here, an Expedition Max Platinum. What are you looking at? $100 grand. $100 grand. You think we're going back to the days where you could buy an Expedition for $50,000? No, it's all over. I don't want to hear no more in the comments. Should be $30,000 truck. Jeep overpriced themselves out of it. The Gladiator should be $25,000 max. Okay, well, you can buy a Gladiator used for $25,000. It'll probably be a 2020, and it's probably going to have 300,000 miles on it and the frame rusted out, but you could probably buy one for $25,000. Okay, so the options are there for you, but the reality is, stop it. Stop thinking for a second that everybody's going to band together and not buy them. And if we all just stood our ground and stopped, we could change the manufacturers. We can't even get them to an extended warranty. We're still at 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, yet the cost of vehicles have gone up double in the last 15 years or 10 years, and we can't get them to extend a warranty on that one way. We can't even get them to make parts for vehicles that have to go in for service, where everything today is a 6 month to 8 month to a year to 18-month wait on parts. Government won't step in. Why? Because auto manufacturers and lobbyists own government. Politicians are owned, bought and paid for. Every politician is paid for by the auto industry, so they do as they say. Rules for thee, not for me. We are slaves to the auto industry. And they're like, oh, Ford will take care of you. Ford family first. Ford this. Build Ford tough. Build none of that kind of crap. And I'm not just ripping on Ford. It's every single brand. But if you think for a second that once you write this check for $85,000 for this truck and you walk away with it, if you think for 1 second that Ford cares about you after that, you bumped your head. If something goes wrong on this, you're going to pay out the wazoo for it. What is it? I know it's on the Super Duties, but if I'm not mistaken, the LED taillight systems that are on these things, there's something like $3,400 for that taillight. $3,400 for that taillight assembly on there, okay? It's just insane the way things are today and how much these things cost that are on these vehicles. And then on top of that, warranty prices have gone up. Because again, we only get 3-year, 36,000 mile warranties. You want an extended warranty. Used to be able to get an extended warranty. I bought the one on my Gladiator. I don't know what it is currently now, but I paid $1,270 for a 5-year, 100,000 mile Mopar Platinum warranty on this Rubicon right here. When I buy my new one, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm expecting it to be at least a few $100 more. It was $2,000 exactly, $2,033 for the same exact warranty from Chevy on our ZR2. And I'm assuming they get more expensive the more expensive the truck is. And it's just sad is what it is. But this is the world that we have, and we don't get to get out of it. We don't get to change this around. Like I said, if you think there's ever going to be a truck again that you're going to see where you're going to get a full-size truck for, MSRP prices into $25,000, $35,000, you bumped your head. Yet people still put in the comments, should be $25,000. No, it should not be. You need to wake up and you need to get with reality. And if you think we're going to change it somehow, even collectively, you bumped your head. They own us. They own us completely. We are slaves. We are just cogs on a gear in this vast machine that we have no say in whatsoever. It's like politics in general. I taught my kids that politics is a basketball game. One side is Democrats, one side is Republicans, and they're playing. But the scoreboard says the people and government. When the Republicans score, government gets a point. When the Democrats score, government gets a point. We, the people, are on the board, but we are not even in the game. That's how the auto industry works. And you need to start realizing that and understand it, so that way you can live a little happier and not be so negative about everything. There's no way to fix this or change it. Well, I'm going to buy a 25-year-old vehicle and just keep restoring them. Great, do that. Go ahead. I'm not. I don't have time, energy, or interest in doing it. But if you can, great, more power to you. But we're not changing the reality of what's happening out here. It is what it is. We can't fix it. We just have to find ways around it. and ways to be able to use it to our advantage if we can, and ways to be smarter so that the system does not game us. Stay away from 84 months. Stay away from 96 months when they come out next year. Stay away from not putting money down. Stay away from the high interest rate. Stay away from dealer financing where you have to deal with buy rate and sell rate. Come in with your own financing from credit unions, or at least a solid firm so that they can't play the game of it on there. Avoid the add-ons. Avoid the stuff. Learn to negotiate. Own the deal as best you can, but understand that we are not going back to trucks where you're going to see full-size trucks for $25,000. So anyway, questions, comments, anything you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.